listening to Retro Station, a retro game podcast.
Did they have an ice time playing this game? Or did it leave them in the cold? Get it? Because ice. You know, because of the ice in the game. Haha.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Retro Station, a retro game podcast. I'm David.
I'm Hilary.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about Kickle Cubicle for the NES. But before we get to that, Hilary, you been playing anything?
I played this game a little bit. My arm was having a really bad flare-up this past time, so it's kind of hard for me to play some games. I did try to start back up my Pokemon Fire Red, but I was only able to do like one or two, just a couple fights, and then it was too much for my arm, so...
Dang.
It was a really bad flare-up this time.
Yeah, I know. You're in a lot of pain. What about you, Steve?
Speaking of bad arm flare-ups, I put someone in a rear naked choke the other day in class, and they used all of their strength to pull it off, which they did get out of it.
Right.
Which was pretty impressive, but then their bicep was like...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was weird. You reminded me
Yeah.
with your weird arm flare-up. But as far as games being played, I played this game for quite a bit, which we'll talk about, surprisingly, because it was one of David's games picks. And then I also played... What did I play? Is a great question.
It obviously made a big impression on you, whatever it was.
I'm not sure that I really got deep into many games. I did restart, not New Game Plus, but I restarted Clair Obscur Expedition 33 for reasons we will talk about in the news. But I did get kind of a itch to go back and play that game a little bit. As far as that, I think I didn't touch Baldur's Gate 3 because my Steam Deck didn't leave my bedroom. I don't think I've been playing much of Final Fantasy Tactics. That game, if I'm just too tired, it kind of puts me to sleep. Waiting for turns and stuff. I didn't touch Fallout. Oh, man. What did I do?
You'll be up in Steam. You can tell us all the games you didn't play.
I guess so. Maybe I should look at Steam.
There's several thousand. It's going to be a little while, but that's okay. I'm curious what you did not play.
Yeah, let's see. It would have definitely been Steam. Yeah, those were the last few that I have up there. So
wow.
I think it was just Expedition 33 and then this current game.
Right
and
on.
then just going to jiu-jitsu 8 days a week.
Gotcha.
8 times a week. I did go to a tournament yesterday. I did not participate in the tournament, but I took the kids and we went and watched a few people from our gym go and go to the Seattle Open, which was ironic because it was down at the fairgrounds.
Sure.
There's a lot of things. Warhammer, the first year, now they call it the Tacoma Open, but the first year they called it the Seattle Open. It was in Tacoma. And then this, apparently the Seattle IBJJF is in...
Well, people coming from everywhere for these? Because, like, I guess more people know what Seattle is as opposed to... definitely more than Puyallup, but Tacoma even, I think probably more people know Seattle.
Well, there was a British convention in Bellevue, and they were saying that it was in Seattle.
Yeah.
It was like just... has more name recognition.
Right. Well, I think... So, I know for the Warhammer... There are quite a bit of people that come to it from out of state, like all over the U.S. and sometimes Canada.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the jiu-jitsu tournament. I know it definitely probably gets surrounding states, like a regional thing. But yeah, you do think it's only one day, but you do have to imagine, like, if you're coming to Washington and you're attending something that's called the Seattle Open, and you don't do, like, good research, you're going to get a hotel in Seattle. Yeah. Or you're going to get a hotel in SeaTac.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's right next to the airport, which is also nowhere near.
Yeah.
I mean, it's near Seattle, but it's still, like, 15, 20 minutes away.
On the same token is like they probably use Seattle because if you just say Washington, people are like, well, a lot of people that aren't in this region assume DC.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think Washington DC needs to drop the Washington just be DC. They're copying us. It pisses me off. Even though they probably did it first. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I always love that. Like, oh, I'm from Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I know Washington. Okay, well then I'm actually from here.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so we had quite a few people that competed, and majority of them actually got gold in their
Oh, good.
Wow.
in their competition. So it was really exciting to watch. You only go for like 5 minutes, and it's single elimination. It is strange though, because how they break up the divisions are first by gender, so male, female, then by your belt rank. So, white, blue, purple, brown, black.
Mm.
Then it's by your weight class. And those are, it's never a normal weight. It's like, so my weight class, for example, would be like 223 pounds and above.
Right.
So I'm really trying to work to get under 222 for April, because I don't want above. Because that could be like anybody who's willing to step on that mat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I watched the people in my group. I made sure to like actually watch, and they were giant people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like giant, like big. I'm like talking like they were fit.
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah.
And so they go by weight, and then they go by age. So if you're, I think, under 30, then you're an adult. And then it goes by 5 years, and then it's called masters, and then a number after that. So
It's complicated.
yeah. So next year, if I was to be do this specific tournament, I would be a masters 3. Because it would be my 41st year.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, it was really fun to watch. You get 5 minutes, and everyone who's done jiu-jitsu before knows that 5 minutes feels like forever.
I bet.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
Nice. Very good. Speaking of arms, this is just funny. This may just be news because it's stupid. But anyway, so I hurt my right shoulder yesterday, which then proceeded to also hurt my back on that side and up my neck. And the way I did this was by reaching for water with my left hand while lying down in bed. I just reached over to get my water bottle, and something went horrible in my shoulder. And
But it was your right shoulder?
it was my right shoulder. I don't know.
It was jealous.
It maybe was jealous.
Well, because you're in bed and reaching with your left, you probably like rolled, like shifted your weight on the.
Yes, but I've done this move probably every day for the last like several years. So I don't understand.
You're getting old.
Shut up. That is true. That is true. But that makes me sad. So that was fun. Wasn't much of a game.
I'm the one that does combat sports and not injured.
I know. This is more reason why I should not do combat sports. It's like, oh, David was hurt. Oh, in the match? No, he was just walking up to the match. Cool. But I did play a game. And this is going to sound like very much a not me game, but it's more a me game than you would think. I played on the PS2 MLB Power Pros 2008. It's a baseball game. With the MLB license, it has all the teams and the players, at least some of the players that were around at the time. I don't know if all those players are real players because I know almost no sports players, but I know some of them are real people. And it's more of an arcadey game, and your people, even if you're like one of the famous people, look almost like Funko Pops. Like their heads look sort of like squished marshmallows, and you're just little chibi guys. And I'm playing success mode, where you create your character, and then you start off in like the AA division, and you're trying to make it to AAA, and then eventually to the major leagues. But there's a whole story. Like you're trying to impress this girl you knew when you were a kid, and like your bully is like dating her, and you can go in between games and like train or go to like various places to do a part-time job or just like walk around the park or whatever. And those things will either like drain your vitality or increase your vitality. And if you train, like when you go to train, you can pick which thing you're going to train in, and then it'll tell you a % chance that you're going to get injured. So if you're constantly draining your vitality and you keep trying to go train, there's a chance you're going to get hurt. So you have to keep an eye on that. So far, I've been in some games, but they've only had me bat. I haven't done any of the other stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Batting's, it's okay. It's fun actually. I'm not great at it yet, but it's pretty fun. You just have to. It shows you like a little quick thing about where the ball's probably gonna be when it gets to you, and then you have like a little grid thing you can move, and you want to get it as close to the right spot as you can, and then of course swing at the right time. I'm good at getting it to the right spot, but then swinging at the right time is the hard part. But sometimes I do it, and for sports games, it's kind of silly, but it's fun. You can't just play like a regular baseball game too. I mean, they're still gonna be little squash people, but you know, you could just do that. There's like a million modes on that thing, but that was the one I was interested in because I'm like, this is funny to be in a sports game at all. So that's what I was doing, and it was really addictive. And I kept wanting to play more because you go through the month, and then the fourth week is when you have a game, and like you're playing. It's like I don't know. My team are the Green Apples right now. And did
you choose that name?
No,
oh.
They just put me in it. And then recently I played against the Burgers. There's all kinds of weird stuff, but yeah, it's cute. It's fun. There was only 2 of them, I think. There's 2007, 2008 came out on PlayStation 2. I don't know if they came out on anything else at any other time or not. So, but they're fun if you can get a hold of them, and you don't have to necessarily love. I don't love baseball at all. It bores the living crap out of me, but the game's pretty fun. So I would give it a shot if you were curious. If you like things like hot shots golf, even though you don't like golf, it's kind of a similar kind of thing where it's a little more lighthearted and just kind of fun to mess around with. So good for that.
I do like the offshoot sports games.
Yeah, they're a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really interested in playing like a real simulation style baseball game because I don't know enough about baseball to even know what the numbers are throwing at me mean. So
I can't remember what it was, but I want to say it was like on regular Nintendo or something far retro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was like a baseball game where you would have like fancy pitches, like ones that would like go like this or like disappear for a second and reappear.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything quite that fancy in the game. I think it's still like kind of realistic, and except for the way your guys look, they don't look realistic, but kind of realistic. But yeah, it's just cute, arcadey. It's fun. So I've not done any better hit than getting myself to first base, but I've done that. That's cool. So
it's interesting that they're like training you before you actually play a game too.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, because you can increase your stats. You can also buy like. See, I don't know. This would be true. You can buy your own bat, and some of them are better than others, or other kind of things.
There's definitely differences in bats.
Yeah,
so.
But so that's kind of cool. I've not bought any of that yet because I've been trying to buy things to boost my vitality, so I could do more training stuff, so I can get to the AAA league or whatever. So I can press this girl. I don't know. It's a weird story. It's fun. It's good. Good game. I would recommend that if you get a chance. Other than that, I did play a little bit of Blue Stinger, but that was just to capture gameplay footage for the YouTube channel. So not very much. I'm not really intending to go through it all again, but you know, I did touch on that a little bit. Let's play it for gameplay. Nothing else for you guys? Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah. It was weird. I wanted to play this game because I actually bought the 2007 one. Probably back when it came out, so I've only waited like 2.5 decades to play it. I finally got around to it, so and it's good. So, so news. Do you have any news, Hilary?
I do.
Great.
My first thing is the creator of the Super Mario manga, Kazuki
Murayama, I'm guessing.
Unfortunately, he passed away. He's only 69, so you know, wasn't too old. So that's kind of some sad news.
I heard the manga's really interesting.
Yeah.
25 has definitely been
I know.
I
don't know what's going on.
It really has. The second trailer for the new Mario Galaxy movie came out, and they announced that Brie Larson is going to be playing Rosalita.
Nice.
She
So-
was Superwoman?
She was Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, Miss Marvel and Star-Lord
Nice.
and Magic, because
Oh.
Taylor Joy.
Oh, is that confirmed? She's Magic?
Yeah.
I
She
kept
was-
seeing that, but I thought it was just somebody's like wish list
Well,
thing.
she was Magic in one of the TV shows,
Oh. Okay.
so she's already been Magic.
Oh, okay.
That's all the news I have.
I'm sure we'll be going to that because Vinny is
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be
all
fun.
over
The
it.
first one was fun. So I don't know if they could outdo their Peaches song, and that was a banger, as the kids say.
Is he in this one?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, the second trailer revealed that Bowser Jr. comes to rescue him.
Okay. Bowser Jr. All right. Do you have any news?
I know the second FNAF movie's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah.
December 5th.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see that.
Fiona was only excited about the first one, but she hasn't really been into that lately, so I don't know if she...
Yeah, she was kind of getting...
Okay.
She was
little
kind of...
mood lighting.
Yeah.
Speaking of FNAF and the lights
Yeah.
dim, like,
She was pretty much out of FNAF when the first movie came out, so she, like, it was the very tail end of her being into that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny watched the first one recently. Oh, that's something else we did. We went to Canada
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for a weekend.
Oh, yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah. We took the kids for the first time out of the country. Made it there and back. Went to Science World and the aquarium. Stayed in a hotel with a freezing cold pool.
Nice.
It was indoor pool.
That's warm in Canada, though.
Super cold. Yeah. Yeah, they melted an ice rink just for us.
Probably.
The hot tub was nice, though. That's where I spent
Nice warm, 63 degrees.
Yeah. Had some Tim Hortons because you have to when you go up
Yeah.
there. As far as news goes, I was just looking up some Warhammer news as well. I know this is a video game channel, but I know that we've touched on Warhammer news.
We have.
They have introduced 2 new Warhammer Opens. In January, there's going to be the Warhammer Open Palm Springs, California.
Oh.
That's January 16th through the 18th. And then Warhammer Open
Oh, boy.
Maastricht, Netherlands. It's interesting because usually they're the U.S. Opens, but this one is not in the U.S.
No.
So I'm curious how they're related. But they usually have like the main games. They have 40K narrative, Sigmar, Blood Bowl,
Yeah.
things like that.
All the other
If
ones.
you haven't been to a Warhammer Open and you are interested in Warhammer, it's amazing just to go and watch.
I bet. Yeah, I think it'd be fun just going and check it out.
Yeah, if you're not like a competitive gamer, it's a really nice thing.
Yeah.
I usually try to go and not be competitive, and then at the end I'm always competitive. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like last year, I don't know if or this year, I'm pretty sure I talked about it, but
I know you mentioned it at least.
yeah, I went and I had basically quit Warhammer at that time, but I was excited to go and support my team, and they let me borrow an army, and I ended up going 2-2 and then almost undefeated in my bracket.
Wow.
Yeah, so it got real at the end, but
We know you get competitive, though. We've played cooperative board games with you and your wife, and you get competitive with your wife in a cooperative board game.
yeah.
So it's not shocking.
And they have announced their 2025 battle forces.
Oh, yeah. I saw
Did you
this.
see those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the Krieg Siege Platoon. They have the Hellforge Warband for Chaos. They have the Blissbound Warband for Emperor's Children. Unfortunately, that one is not one that you could multi-buy, really, because it has their Primarch in it.
Yeah, you can't double up on him.
Yeah.
That's it's weird. Well, that army doesn't have a lot of different stuff yet, I don't feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of repeat over. I mean, I guess it would be a good, if you bought the intro box and then you bought that would be a good supplement. But that's been out for a while, so I'm assuming you would have already gotten your Primarch.
Yeah, probably.
There's one for the Votan that actually looks pretty good. Looks like it has a few new stuff in it.
Space Dwarves.
Space Marines, get a couple dreads in it. And then Tau. Tau is always interesting because their battle forces, they always show these big robots, which it doesn't make an army. It's barely an army.
Yeah.
And then all those drones, which are great to get, are just tokens now.
Oh, cool. Right. That's strange.
Tyranids got the Crusher Stampede. So a lot of big...
That's at least a fun. I don't know if that makes for an army.
It does, yeah. Crusher Stampede, though it's not one of the most competitive of the Tyranids,
That'd be fun.
it is a fun army.
Yeah.
Especially if you like big bugs.
Big, ugly monsters.
Sigmar, they got, for big things, they got the Trolls.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm saying these, so David has to put them all up here.
Yeah.
They
He
got
hates me.
they got the Skaven, the Scryer.
Well, some Skaven.
I love some Skaven. I haven't played Sigmar in forever.
No.
They got the Crimson Keep, which I believe is Vampire Counts. I don't know what they're called anymore.
I don't either. They changed all the names, and that's annoying to me.
Yeah. Sylvaneth. And that's it.
So your Wood Elves is not the Wood Elves. It's like the
yeah. Wood Elves apparently died in... no, I think they went into the cities of Sigmar, but I know that cities has been really pushing more towards humans, and they just kept Wood Elves in the cities of Sigmar because, you know, like,
that's like
if you have the models, I think they only kept like the plastic.
There's I think so. I went to a game store the other day because I wanted to check it out. The Wizard games anyway, but they had old world Wood Elf stuff. So
it did come out.
Yeah, but
for
so
Old World.
Yeah, so I mean, there's that. So I don't know. I mean, they're out there. I don't know if they have the dryads and stuff in there. I didn't look that closely, but
they do.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, dryads. I played Old World for half a second when it was popular.
Yeah.
And I think it's very niche now.
Yeah.
I think Wood Elves just never recovered when they took away
the skirmishing.
Yeah.
When I went from 7th edition to 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the skirmishing sucked. It was there, but it wasn't.
What are you talking about? I was like undefeated in 7th because of how broken it was.
You cheat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
I
7th
got like a Wood Elf tattoo. Did you know that that's what that was?
I don't know. I don't think I've actually inspected your body that closely.
You're missing out.
I bet.
And then in other news, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 was the most nominated for the Game Awards that are coming up. I believe at this point of recording, you can still vote. As for when this uploads, I'm not sure. I think it's announced December 11th, which is probably around when this is coming out.
Yeah, this will come out on the 3rd. Yep.
The 3rd.
Yep.
Okay. So you might still be able to sneak in stuff. Okay. I got to go to my voting card to tell you what they're all nominated for. They're the most nominated. They were nominated for 12 things. Amongst 10 categories.
Okay.
So they were nominated, of course, for Game of the Year. They were nominated for the Best Narrative. They were nominated for the Best Score and Music. They had 3 nominations for Best Performance.
Oh.
It was Ben Starr for who played Verso. It was Jennifer English who played Mael, and you probably recognize those names if you're in video gaming because Ben Starr was in Final Fantasy 16, I believe.
Oh.
And then Jennifer English was Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3, amongst other things that they've done. And then also in Best Performance category is Charlie Cox for Gustav.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
The Baldur's Gate 3 was nominated, which is crazy because...
Isn't that over a year old?
Oh, many years old.
Yeah.
But they were nominated for Best Community Support.
Oh, okay. So
because they're still... Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, back to Claire Obscure. Best Debut Indie Game. Of course, they are in Game of the Year, and in a lot of them, they are going against, like... Hollow Knight, the new Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Right.
They got nominated for Best Game Direction, Best Art Direction, Best Audio Design, Best Independent Game, Best RPG. They also were the most nominated in the Golden Joystick Awards, which have already come and gone. They were nominated for 7 different categories, and they won all 7.
Nice.
They got Best Lead Performer, which was Jennifer English for Mael. They got Best Soundtrack, which, I mean...
You've talked about the music.
Yes. Yeah. Best Storytelling, because if you play that game and don't cry, you are a monster. They got Best Supporting Performer for Ben Starr, who was Verso. They got Best Visual Design. They got Studio of the Year. So Sandfall Interactive, it was their first game. And they got Ultimate Game of the Year because it was both on console and PC.
Oh, I see.
So I believe it was Hollow Knight that got the best PC, and I forget who got best console. But because they were on both, they couldn't be in either one of those. They weren't nominated for either one.
Okay.
But they won Best Ultimate Game of the Year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So that's an alright game.
It's an okay game.
Yeah, that'll do.
It was only number 1 on my list.
Yeah. There's kind of a problem with this though, is they're going to change the name because it's not very obscure anymore.
Right.
They have to change it to Expedition 33 Claire, very well known, which
Yes.
doesn't roll off the tongue as well, but you know, I mean, we've got to be honest with people, so
Yeah.
not obscure. Sorry, guys.
When did you say this is coming out? The 3rd?
Third, yeah.
Which is perfect because
is.
when you are hearing this at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard
Yeah,
Time
everyone
when
wakes
it
up
gets
for this.
released, you will have about 24 hours to run and get these. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond for Switch 2 and regular Switch coming out December 4th, and Octopath Traveler 0, which is coming out for what looks like everything.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Big day. Big day. All right. Is that your news?
That's my news.
Okay. I got a few things. The first one is actually Baldur's Gate news, Baldur's Gate 3 news. I don't know if it's actually news. Maybe everyone knows this, but I didn't. It was news to me. There is a mod. It doesn't really affect anything. It doesn't sound like until the 3rd act. I don't know if you're in the city of Baldur's Gate or what city you're in.
That's where you're at the 3rd act. I
But
haven't been there yet. But
it puts, I think, 300 bunnies in the city that are the height of a man. And I mean the height, not when they're standing on their back legs. I mean, like, you come up to like their mid-back with your head, but they're large. They're very large, and they're just running around the city. And it's called Bunny's Gate. And like, how can you not play with that?
so
honestly?
I've heard like, depending on what system you play it on, right? That when you get to Act 3, because Baldur's Gate is so large that there is lag, why the frick would you put that many bunnies in it?
Because bunnies? I mean, how can you not? Honestly. Look, it'll be a slideshow, but that's fine. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, this is obviously why they won Best Supported, or they're nominated for it, I guess I should say.
But they were talking about how there'd be like, you know, a very, you know, touching, tear-jerking moment, and there's these giant bunnies running around in the background. It's like, this is fantastic. What a phenomenal mod.
I mean, there's some crazy mods. You can give like the no, he's not a necromancer, but he's like some support character that you find in the first act, and he is an undead creature, and it's a he, but you I forget what it's called. It's like Busty something. You can give him like big, large breasts.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Then there's Baldur's Gate, where everyone is bald.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love it. The modding community is fantastic.
Yeah.
Out there. That's great. Okay. You will have time to get to this because this comes out on December 3rd, but this event happens on December 6th. GameStop is having a trade-in anything day.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Now, that being said, it isn't actually anything. There are limitations, so I'll tell you what they are. Whatever you bring in has to fit in a 20 by 20 by 20 inch box. And these are things that cannot be. It cannot be hazardous waste or material, chemicals or liquids. It can't be lithium-ion batteries or items containing them. No weapons or ammunition. No dead or live animals, but taxidermy items are okay. No alcohol, drugs, or pharmaceutical items. No computers, except those that GameStop usually accepts. Computer accessories that weigh less than 100 pounds, such as monitors, keyboards, keypads, mice, pointing devices, and external hard drives, excluding those that are normally accepted by GameStop. So you have a 100-plus pound computer device that'll fit in that box. I guess you can bring it in.
But 20 by 20
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah.
That's like What, this?
It's about the size of this.
Is
It'd be
that?
like
Yeah.
a lead brick, I guess, for your computer. You can't bring in any small, outdated electronic equipment such as portable digital music players, VCRs, and DVD players, any small-scale servers, televisions, gift cards, and foreign or domestic currency, no jewelry, no sexual and explicit items, and no items resembling body parts. If you believe in yourself, anything can be a sexual item. But I don't... This limits a lot. It's not actually trade in anything,
No.
which is sad. But you know what?
It says no living or deceased animals, but they didn't say anything about humans.
That's right. But they can't resemble humans, so you have to, like, put them in a blender. Yeah. So, I feel really bad for the people working at GameStop. I can't even imagine what kind of nightmare this is going to be.
Well, how?
What are they going to do with this stuff?
I don't know. And what are they going to offer? Because,
I mean, they already offer good money for good things.
No. So I don't understand, like, because they have here's the thing. They have a database of video games.
Right.
That,
Exactly.
that they accept.
Yeah, and it tells
So-
exactly how much they can offer and all that stuff.
Right. And, based on conditions and whatnot.
Right.
But if someone brings in something obscure, like, who's
deciding the value.
yeah.
I wonder if they're, like, looking up things on eBay and then trying to, like...
Or if it's just like a flat value.
Yeah, that could be. Could be something like that.
And it's
I
only
don't
one
know.
day.
One day,
Oh, the lines are going to be out the door.
it's going to suck to work there. I feel bad for I don't understand what's happening with GameStop. This doesn't make sense to me. I guess it makes sense to them. They must figure out some way they could get something out of this for it to be worthwhile, but I don't know, man.
Maybe they have a fence.
Yeah. Something. But like most of it's going to be crap. Like people are going to bring in the crap that doesn't fit into this no-no list.
You know what
and
this
that
is?
useless.
You know what this is?
What?
This is an attempt to catch the people who robbed the Louvre.
Oh, good point.
Well, they said
That's
no
about a
jewelry,
painting
though.
size. They said no jewelry?
Yeah, no jewelry.
Okay.
Which,
Painting. A painting that size.
yeah. Interesting. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I want to hear the news reports after this because there's going to be all kinds of reports of like the weirdest stuff they
yeah,
brought
for
in
sure.
and all that kind of nonsense. It's going to be interesting. But I feel like if you know someone working at GameStop, just send them a condolence card now because fuck, I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Just dealing with regular trade-ins is a pain in the ass when I work there, so I can't imagine. Okay. Onward. Valve has announced a bunch of new hardware. First up, there is a Steam controller. Looks like an Xbox controller, basically, but it has two touchpads on it. So it's basically like the Steam Deck if you remove the screen and squished it together. Basically, but that's fine. It's also coming out with the Steam Machine, which looks like a little box.
Machine.
Yeah, it's basically a computer that you can... It's meant to like attach to your TV. Listen, there's a lot of stats on this that I don't know.
It's like a console.
Sort of, yes. But it's also sort of like a computer. So, I don't know. It's got an AMD Zen 4 CPU. The GPU is a custom AMD RDNA 3. Jesus Christ. The RAM is 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM. The storage, you can get either the 512 gig storage or the 2 terabytes, and it also has a micro SD card slot if you want more. It's supposed to be more powerful than the Steam Deck, and they've said about pricing that it's priced more like a computer than like a console, which I think means expensive.
I don't know. Because
I don't know either.
you think so, like, I like my Steam Deck because you can play it on the go.
Yeah.
And you can dock it.
Right.
Whereas this, it has to stay.
Yeah.
And I know that the Steam Deck is... But, like, I don't know. Maybe because my Steam Deck's 512 internal.
Yeah. I don't
know the other
comparative
stuff.
stuff,
But I don't know. If it's more than the Steam Deck, I can't imagine it being super popular.
Yeah.
Because then it's just competing with other... I'm all over the place. If I was this product, I would want to compete with consoles.
Right.
And not with computers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. Because if it's priced like a computer and more expensive than a console, I don't think it's going to sell.
Yeah.
If it's priced around the same price as a Steam Deck, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of neat, and I think whatever they're calling their pricing, I think they are trying to compete with the consoles more than anything else, because this is to hook up to your TV, or you can hook up to a monitor too, I guess, and have it just work right out of the box. Tinkering, it just goes. I'm hoping personally, I mean, I'm not going to get one, I guess, but because there's some games that don't work on the Steam Deck that I can't figure out the reason. Like the Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter Collection doesn't work on Steam Deck, even though that seems like it'd be a perfect place to have it. I'm hoping some of those games that can function with a controller will still work.
They just don't work, or they just figured it out yet?
They just haven't figured it out yet. They probably could do it. I don't know.
Because I have some that are not playable on the Steam Deck, but I use my Steam Deck as a computer some of the times and plug it in with mouse and keyboard, and those work just fine.
Yeah. So I don't know. Either way, I think it'll be cool for some folks. We'll see what effect it has on.
See what the price is.
Yeah.
Currently, the Steam Deck is like $400 to $600. The PS5 is $600.
Yeah.
And then if you just get the digital version, it's like $100 cheaper. I think, like ones that you can't put physical CDs in.
Right.
Which I'm assuming is like this because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a pretty small little box. The other thing they announced is the Steam Frame VR headset. So it's a VR thing that's meant to be able to. I guess current VR things, you have to do a lot of like getting stuff set up and all that stuff to play it. This one, you're supposed to be able to pop on your head and go, because it is actually a computer inside it as well. So it's not like you're feeding it information from a computer to the headset. It's its own computer. It has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 ARM processor, so kind of like a lot of cell phones, which is interesting. I'll get to that in a minute. 16 gigs, unified, LPDDR5 RAM. I hope some of you know what that means. I don't. The storage is either 256 gigs or 1 terabyte, and it has eye tracking for some games. The thing I think is cool about this, even though I'm not likely to get this thing, is because they are creating their own kind of version of Steam that will run on an ARM processor. That means if you're like me and you have some of these retro gaming handhelds that also run on that processor, theoretically, there's no reason their version of Steam couldn't run on it. So you get something that works a lot better than the current things that I've talked about before, like Game Hub, and have it just be made for this out of the gate by Valve themselves, which will give you kind of like a chance to have a little, mini Steam Deck on the go. Not as powerful, but also not gigantic. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited about that for that reason. Supposedly you can play the VR or play with the VR headset even with games that aren't VR games. Like you'll just have like a giant screen in front of your face, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm not planning to get any of this stuff, but it's cool. I think some people really like it, and I think it's neat. I think it'd be nice to be able to easily just play my Steam games on the TV, but I could do what you're doing and hook up my Steam Deck to it and have the same thing. But it's more powerful, so it might run things better. I know, like my Steam Deck has trouble with like the game control. Like it runs, but it's a little bit choppy. If you're watching this on video, I'm so sorry the lights are going in and out. I don't know what's happening. Hopefully the Steam Deck won't, or Steam machine won't have problems like that where it turns on off and on. But anyway, it's neat stuff. I think some people really like that. I'm sure they're going to sell like gangbusters. I'm not at all in doubt that that's going to sell just fine.
It's interesting though that it's its own computer.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I don't know that I want to buy a whole nother computer because that's going to be around the same price, $400 to $600.
It can't be super cheap, for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, it'll be there. I'll be shocked if they don't do well though. It's going to do fine.
I mean, the Steam Decks are usually like close to sold out all the time.
Yeah. All right. We all good on news?
I have one more.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca Hinman, who was one of the co-founders of the original Fallout development, she passed away at 62.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
You got all the bummer news.
Yeah.
I know. I painted a space wolf. Yay. Okay. Let's move on. No, that is very sad. She was a big part of starting like Interplay, which came out with a lot of the computer games I liked back in the day. So, it is about what is it with this year? What is happening to the gaming population? A game developing population, whatever. It's just bad. All right, let's talk about something cheerier. So we're going to be talking about the game Kickle Cubicle. If you're like me, you hadn't heard of this before. I was looking for NES puzzle games, and this came up. So I'll tell you a little bit about it, though. This was developed by Irem and came out in 1990. So Irem is the company that also made R-Type, Moon Patrol, Kung Fu Master, Ninja Spirit, and Image Fight. All very different games than Kickle Cubicle.
All games I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I've heard of like half of them. I guess 3/5 of them technically. But anyway, they're not like a Cubicle, that's for sure. It was originally out in the arcade in 1988 and then was ported to the Famicom, the NES, and the MSX2 in Japan. The box art was drawn by someone who had never seen the game before. It's
that makes sense.
a lot of the NES games
even look up
of this
the box
era. Like it's cute. The artist got like a tiny black and white screenshot and then a short description of the game for marketing and a very soon deadline. So that's why it may not quite look like what you think you're doing in the game. That being said, it's a better recreation than the original Mega Man. I'm sure you will. If you haven't seen that, look up that guy who somehow looks dumpier and more middle-aged than I do in a sort of Mega Man-ish costume. I don't know what's going on. There's all kinds of weird little things where they put in Easter eggs, but I don't think they're Easter eggs for the public. I think it was Easter eggs for the other developers. So one of the devs, who people believe it was Tetsuo Ishikawa, he was a background artist and level designer. He has a tiny self-portrait of himself in the game as a frozen NPC. You can spot him because he has a different hairstyle, he has glasses, and he has an expression that looks like he's a suffering office worker. Oh yeah, so the block text for that title within the game is ISHK, so partially his name, and then block because he's in a block. So he put himself in there because he was working overtime constantly, pulling long nights on puzzle layouts, sleeping in the office, and always joked that it felt like he'd been frozen in place for weeks. So he put himself in there as a frozen block. And then other internal devs said that if Kickle frees him, then he has to just finish the map editor update, so he'll have to keep working anyway. He almost made himself an actual, talking NPC in the game. There was going to be a word bubble that says, "Help, I'm still drawing tiles," but they cut it out. There's also an angry manager ice block, who he's balding, has a tiny tie, and looks annoyed instead of scared. That was based on Irem's project manager, who the devs all said looked frozen in frustration all the time. His sprite is labeled as Boss-Burr, and they never told him about it. They just stuck it in there. And there's another thing in there. There's an ice block that melts too quickly, much faster than the other ones. And it's labeled Suzuki-short because it's referring to a designer named Suzuki who always left early, always told everyone else to finish quickly. So they made a block that melts as fast as Suzuki leaves for home. That's what they did, trolling him. There is a cute little bear enemy in the game that is actually pretty adorable. His name is Bun Bun. But he was originally supposed to be a rude-looking gremlin who stuck out his tongue and flipped the player off when he charged you. I wish I'd have kept that. That's fantastic. Nintendo was not going to let them do that, though. As far as reviews, it was really hard to find reviews for this game. I did find one. So this is in Total Magazine. It said, an intriguing puzzler which requires brain power and fast reactions. Great graphics and sound, but the challenges are a bit easy. And they gave it a 62% and noted that even the harder levels won't last long. So anyway, that's some of the weird little factoids about Kickle Cubicle, a game I hadn't heard about. Had either of you heard about this game before?
Nope.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. I mean, 1990 was pretty much tail end of NES. Because, the Genesis came out in 89. The Super Nintendo came out in 91. So, it was already transitioning to the 16-bit era. So, this is probably one of those weird titles that just kind of snuck out and probably, I'm guessing, didn't have, a massive impact. But it's kind of neat. So, you're basically going around. There'll be a grid layout. And you can create a little ice pillar. And you can also freeze enemies and kick them places. And you have to figure out how to get all the treasure on the level, and that's how you get out of the level. There's usually other things that'll give you points that you can try to get as well.
Or lives.
Or lives, yeah. So there's lots of things you do. You have to figure out how to manipulate the enemies and your ice blocks to get done what you need to. You kick your ice blocks into the water, which will create another space you can stand on. There are some tiles that have like a water hole in the middle that you cannot fill up, I don't believe.
Correct.
Yeah, you kick the ice block on them, they just kind of disappear.
They'll go over them.
Yeah.
But
There are some tiles that are not ice that some enemies cannot walk on and some can.
but you can go over.
Yeah, you can go over them. So I don't know what the deal is with those. Maybe they're like heated sidewalks. And I don't know. I have no idea. But
They're just part of the puzzle.
yeah,
I mean,
it's just part of the puzzle. Yeah. So, I mean,
there's also I don't know how far you guys got, but there's interactive pieces.
yeah.
So like you hit it and then it'll like it's like a hammer and it'll go around and you hit like if you like let's say the hammer's here and your ice block hits it, then the ice block will stop, the hammer will rotate and hit the ice block up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, there's those. There's like the springs that you can kick them into and then it'll spring them right back into.
There's those like some of them have like springs on both sides, so it'll keep going back and forth, and then you have to use your ice pillar to stop the block at a certain spot so you can kick it a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like almost always forgot that I could do an ice pillar.
Yeah.
And so
At some point you have to. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
it's a point where it's like, oh,
there's
man.
it gets it starts out with like basic little I don't even know what they are. I don't even remember what they are, like penguins
Something like, yeah. I don't know what those
that
look like,
walk
yeah.
towards you, and usually they have like respawn points because you're going to need more than just what they give you in the initial thing. And then there's also clowns that roll balls at you. They have cannons that shoot at you. They have other things that like shoot bullets at you. So like that pillar is very important on those to block your spots where you're walking. I believe there is a limit of how many pillars you can have at a time before one disappears.
So. I haven't hit that
And it depends on how many are on the level. So you can like take them away and then put them back.
Right.
I don't know. I never had an issue with that per se. There are bosses
Yes.
at the end of each world. There is a story. I didn't pay much attention to
Like
it.
the kingdoms have been frozen and you have to
Rescue princesses.
and unfreeze people. I mean, it's real basic, but
But like the first one's the vegetable level,
yeah.
and vegetables talk at you. And then the next one's the fruit level, and then I didn't make it past the last level in that one. But
Yeah. They're all of different things. I think later on they get to weird like different kind of like fantasy levels that I didn't get to them. But yeah, I mean, it's really just a series of puzzles. There's actually quite a few levels on each world, though. I meant to count them and I didn't, but it's a good number.
it's in the 10-15 range. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So,
And the island is shaped like, I think the first one's shaped like a carrot,
yeah,
and the second one's round something.
Yeah.
some kind of berry.
yeah. But it's it's cool. There's a lot of them in there, which is good because none of them are very long.
No.
Unless you're having trouble with them, then. But you are timed on all levels too, so you cannot try to figure it out forever.
So the thing that I thought was a little weird is that, like, yes, you can get more lives, but it also didn't really matter because if you died, you just restarted at the level that you were
there
at.
was no punishment for losing life.
Yeah, which is very friendly. One thing I did find out though, because there was a level 2 where I was like, okay, I can get to the spot, and then I get in trouble, so I tried to do a save state, and on my machines, you hit select and the right trigger, and it'll do save state. And every time I did that, my guy died. I was like, what the
Good.
What the F? All right, mister. You
don't need save
recently.
state.
You don't,
Because
I don't want to waste a whole half a minute trying to do what I already did. So, yeah, but it's because in this game, it's like your I give up button. The select is your I give up button. So it'll reset everything for you. So I was doing that, and then it was saving at the point where I died. So if I reloaded, I just died anyway. So yeah. Oh, you use save states. I'm gonna find that clip from our previous episode where you talked about using save states. Oh, you did, you liar. I'm gonna freeze you.
Since we started this.
I'm gonna freeze you in a block.
Yeah. So different enemies. The main one was those little penguin things that you had to use to freeze and then kick and make more blocks. That was the basic puzzle.
Yeah.
Then it gets a little more complicated where you have to dodge clowns. And you could also kick the block at things and kill them.
Yeah.
But if they did have a respawn point, then they would come back. There were chickens.
Something like that. Yeah. They were like little
Chickens
yeah.
that you could not freeze.
Yeah.
Or you could stun them for a little bit.
Yeah.
But you could not turn them into a block. There were also things like if you left the block too long, which some stuff you had to leave the block because you didn't want to kill it, because then it would respawn and ruin your situation. It would start to melt and they would come back. There was some sort of like little ninja thing. I don't know what it was, but if you turned it into a block and then tried to kick it, your kick attempt would unfreeze it and you would die.
Oh. I know it did that to the little bear.
Maybe it was a bear.
Ninjas, bears, same thing. Yeah. Could be Ninja Bear.
It's NES.
Yeah.
And I'm playing on my Steam Deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But that being said, I thought the graphics were pretty good. Like for this,
For the time.
for the NES. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not going to compete with Clair Obscur very much. Maybe a little bit. Not really. But it was, very brightly colored, very vivid. I thought the animation was pretty decent, really, for...
Yeah, it had
I
good
thought it was a
sprites.
fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, I dug it a lot, too. I was surprised, because, again, I had no knowledge of this. I probably wouldn't have picked it up even then, because it just wouldn't have looked like the kind of game I would have been into.
I wouldn't have been into it in 90.
No.
But this reminds me of, like, a puzzle game that you might play on your phone.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I really enjoy those kind of brain teaser type puzzle games. However, I kind of agree with that one thing that you mentioned. Like, I breezed through every level.
Yeah.
And, like, some of them were not challenging. Obviously, there's more worlds past the one that I got to.
Yeah.
But, like, then I feel like this last level that I got on really ramped up because... You said you hadn't made it past the first world.
I made it past the first world, and then I got 2 or 3 levels into the second world, and a lot of it was just because my arm was in so much pain. I kind of pressed the buttons at the right time.
Gotcha.
So.
And how about you?
I got about halfway through the second world, I think.
Okay, so you neither of you made it to the part that I went to. But what happened is there was one treasure in the middle of the map. Mm-hmm. And then you start on a 4x4 square with a spawner. And what you had to do was you had to wait for the thing to go one space. You had to freeze it right away and kick it. But the problem is you couldn't, because of how it moved, you could only go one way, either way, right?
Right.
And then it would connect to another spawner. And you had a series of islands that you had to get to the middle. And it was timed, all of them are timed, but none of them had an issue with the timing. Now you would beat it well before you were worried about time.
Yeah, I don't think I even realized that they were timed.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, the issue came is when you got I made it almost there and I ran out of time. The issue was when you made it to the third little island part. You had to get this guy, the one that spawned here, up and trapped, frozen and trapped, so that the spawner here could go down, because this guy would never move into a certain spot because where you had to be was right next to the spawner. So the guy would either spawn on you and you would die, and that would be the only place that it would spawn. So you had to get it to follow up here, and you'd have to get them to switch places. You'd have to freeze it up here, and then you'd have to get this one to come down while you're hiding here to freeze it, and then kick it over. And you only had to do it once, but it's so difficult to get the AI to cooperate.
Right.
That it just ate up time.
Yeah.
So I did not pass that level, and I kind of said, meh. I mean, I tried it for I probably tried that level the same amount of time that I played the whole darn game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, I'm just not getting it. I probably could have looked up a tutorial And
Yeah.
maybe there is like you step here and whatnot, and you get past it. But I was like, I had probably seen a good majority of the mechanics of the game that 2 buttons and whatnot could give you.
Right.
That I was like, it's pretty. And I still enjoyed the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Yeah, it's the basic concept. I mean, it is pretty damn basic, but they are good at throwing in different things to kind of change it up. I do kind of get frustrated when I am stuck with depending on the computer AI to get things where I need. I mean, there's probably ways I could influence that to somewhat, but you don't have time to do a million different things to try to get the person where you need them to be necessarily. But
Yeah, and I think that comes down to I wish you could just turn off. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know, but turn off the timer.
right.
Because it's enough of a puzzle game that it does not need to be timed, especially if there was more punishment in losing lives.
Right. I'm guessing it's because it came from an arcade game, and they wanted, in the arcade, they want a reason so you're not just sitting there for an hour trying to figure out how to
Right.
get through it. So they probably did that and they just kept it when they brought it over. But yeah, it almost, I didn't get that far, but at least on the levels I did, it was not really a problem for the most. Like, I barely even had to think about that timer because
Yeah,
It
and like
gives
I
you a lot of
said,
time.
until that last level
Yeah.
of the second world, I never had to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much kind of agree with everything that we've already talked about. I think, like, I found an enjoyable game. I want to say I would like to go back to it when my arm's better to see how much better I can do at it. But also with how many other games we're playing, I probably won't.
Yeah.
But
well, the nice thing is if you just want to play like a level, it takes
yeah,
almost no time. I mean, it's unless it's a real stumper, but you know what I mean. If for the most part, they're pretty easy to get into.
I think if I do get the itch to play, I will look up how to beat that level.
Yeah,
and
might
then
as well.
and then go from there. Because like I said, I do love those little brain teaser type things, and it did keep me on my toes, introducing a few mechanics every few levels.
Yeah,
I think the punishment should have been if you ran out of lives, you just start at the beginning of the world that
Yeah.
you're
yeah,
on,
that'd be fair. Yeah,
and then you could just take away the timer.
yeah. Because I mean, it wouldn't be that bad because you've already have figured out some of the ways to get through the earlier levels quickly. But it would give you, it'd be something other than just like, I don't know, continue forever as long as you want, and
Right.
doesn't matter. So I don't know how to explain this, but it felt like the kind of game I'd want to play on a mobile device. Like I think it'd be weird to sit in front of the TV and play this game for some reason. Like I think it just like fits for like, I'm on a little quick road trip or something, or like I'm standing in line at the grocery store. I might as well just like screw around with something. Like it just felt like one of those games for me that are like good for like quick little batches and brain teasy, but not like super intense in any way.
yeah.
Did you find out why it's called Kickle? Like Kickle.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Kickle Cubicle. But whenever I think of cubicle, I think of like office.
Yeah, they were trying to do a wordplay. And so kickle is a combination of kick and icicle. And I don't know why cubicle. Because you have ice cubes. Maybe. But I couldn't find an explanation for
Yeah.
that.
It might just
part
be
of
a
that.
translation issue.
It could be, yeah. I mean, it sounds nice, I guess, to go kick. I guess Kickle Cube would be okay too. I don't know, man. Yeah, they thought it sounded good. That's probably as complex as it is, but
Yeah. I don't know about replayability. I think if you beat the game, then you probably figure out the puzzles and you don't need to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
yeah, at least not for a long time. Maybe you put away for a long while. Might be fun to go back to, but you're not going to play this one day through and then play it the next day again. Like, unless you just want to see how fast you can do it. But that's the only way I see that happening.
Yeah, they did have continuation passwords. So if you did want to stop and go back.
Yeah, which is nice because you don't have to leave your Nintendo on for days. That my parents would not have liked me doing that if I'd had the NES with this game.
Well, especially back in the day, like there's like normally one TV in the household, so
Yeah. So
I bet you the continue, though, was just you put in another quarter and you can continue from where you left off.
yeah.
yeah,
And I bet that's what it was, and they just kept it in.
Yeah.
I think so too. I mean, this game's it's not super complicated. So how do you guys think this holds up today? You think it's one that's worth going back and playing?
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. but I would never, especially looking at the box art, I would not have like been like, oh. And I know that I would not have picked it up back in the day. I think if it was like a few dollars, an under $5 game on Steam, I would probably pick it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially if it had decent reviews. Other than that, like the graphics and stuff do not hold up. The gameplay is not modern. I mean, we've all said it was equivalent to like a game that you'd probably pick up on a mobile device.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think that's where I'd put it.
Yeah.
I'd pay under $5 on Steam. It is not on Steam, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think it's on anything else. Well, other than the ones I mentioned earlier, but
Yeah, I would just say, like, if you like mobile puzzle games, then it's a game that I would suggest checking out. But if that's not something that you're interested in, then I don't think it's a game for you.
yeah, I just don't see personally, and it's just based on my taste. You might, if you love puzzle games like this, it might be different. But buying the actual NES cartridge and playing it, I emulated it, and I think it's great to play on a little handheld. I think that's awesome. I don't know. There's so many other things. If even wanted to play NES specifically, that I could sit there and play on a TV that I think would be better suited for that. Like, I just don't. I don't know. I do like it. I like it just like, same as you did, Steve. It's not, it didn't blow me away, but it was fun enough.
I don't know. I can't tell you any game that's like it.
Yeah, it kind of vaguely reminded me of something, but I couldn't even figure out what. Like, it's but it's probably just little bits of it have similarities to other games. But yeah, I haven't played anything exactly like this for sure. So I mean, it's unique. I think it's worth checking out. I just wouldn't pay a big chunk of money to do it.
Yeah. Speaking of, how much does it cost?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was to come out today and it had a little better graphics, but the gameplay was exactly the same. And so it would be like an indie level.
Yeah. Well, see, you said you would pay under $5 for this.
Correct.
Good luck. The cartridge alone.
I paid $0 to play it.
I know, I did too. The cartridge alone is $21. If you want everything, it's $125. If you want it sealed, $240.
I mean, 21's not horrible. But then you're getting it on the NES and you're playing it retro the real way.
Yeah.
So 21's not horrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you love puzzle games, it's probably worth it to you. I like them okay. It's just not totally my jam, so I wouldn't probably, but I wouldn't think someone was a moron for doing so. It's like, okay, it's fine.
Like, if we had NES set up and so that, and I found out what my toy shows for $21, I would buy it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would not spend $125.
No.
That's just it's not that kind of game for me.
All right. Kickle Cubicle. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
No, maybe it does. Main story. I'm assuming if you go straight for the treasure chests.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? If you go straight to whatever, 1.5 hours.
Wow.
Main plus extra? I don't know what the extra is. I never got to extra. Because, now see, I'm saying this is because main plus extra and completionist are two different categories, and they have two different times.
I need to understand what the difference is on some of these.
Well,
games.
completionist is like 100%. You 100% it.
Yeah.
Main plus extra is usually you do like side quests.
Okay.
But you don't necessarily 100% them. So, like in Skyrim, let's say, you would get every item. That would be a completionist.
Oh my god.
Main plus extra is you would just do all the side quests.
Yeah.
Okay. So, main plus extra in this game is 2.5 hours. Completionist 5.
Wow.
There were no other game modes.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
1.5. I mean, I know the levels are quick, but that seems real fast. I guess.
Speedrun.
Yeah, if you really know exactly what to do on every level, I guess maybe. It still seems like that might be. I guess someone's done it. So, I mean, I don't know. It seems wild to me, but.
I mean, I think each level was timed at like 200 seconds, maybe?
Yeah.
yeah.
Something maybe, yeah. I don't remember exactly, but. Yeah, each level didn't take long at all. So, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. It just seemed like that'd be kind of tough. But I'd probably also not beating every level the most efficient way, I'm sure. So, that's what that is. All right. Well, with Kickle Cubicle out of the way.
I'm glad it was a decent game, considering
too.
what's coming up next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. So, God damn it. So for our next game we have to pick from, one of the 9 worst rated Saturn games.
What did you use?
I used ChatGPT, which looked at a bunch of things and then compiled a list. As you may know, as I've mentioned, I love me some Sega Saturn. I think its gems, though few, shine especially bright. But the problem is there's some shit you have to go through to find them. Luckily, they do shine so brightly, but this is the worst part of that shit that you have to dig through.
Surprisingly, Dragon Force was not on this.
Dragon Force is a... I almost lost my eyesight from how brilliantly that game shone.
Oh.
But maybe you guys will like these because you don't
You're
like
the
games.
English.
So,
major.
yeah, I know, but I don't use that information. Okay, let's get through this. I'm going to give a real brief rundown of what each one is before we vote, just so people know, because a lot of these games probably people didn't hear about. Rise to Resurrection. It is a robot fighting game. It is the sequel to the worst fighting game I've ever played. Fantastic. Courier Crisis. It is a sort of open world bicycle delivery game. The Crow, City of Angels. Resident Evil like beat 'em up, but shit.
But is it Crow? The Crow is a movie
Yes.
IP, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You'll see, just like if you go back and look at our NES worst rated games, which we played all of them, which poor us.
We're not doing that here.
But a lot of those were IPs, and you will notice that a lot of these are IPs
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
Speaking of, The Incredible Hulk, the Pantheon Saga. I don't know, you played the Hulk. Whatever. Robotica. It is a first-person shooter where every hallway looks exactly the same. Virtual Highlight. Yeah. We loved Original Highlight. It is that, but 3D running at an extremely low frame rate. Well, you have to hit button to attack, I think, in this one, so it's not exactly that, but yeah, same gist. Street Fighter, the movie.
The game.
It's that.
It's actual Street Fighter, but they use, from what I looked it up, because I wanted to see if I wanted to vote for this or not, it was Street Fighter, but they just used the video game people as the things.
Yes. There was an arcade game of it, and this is not as good as that was. So,
it's interesting, though, because I'm curious how this makes the worst list, because Street Fighter itself is usually a really good fighting game.
I have heard in a podcast one person, I listened to several podcasts, say they enjoyed it okay.
Enjoyed it okay?
They enjoyed it okay. Speaking of that, I saw a video where someone enjoyed this game okay. Independence Day, based on the movie Independence Day. It's kind of like Star Fox. You're behind your ship shooting things. Double Switch. It's an FMV game. It's a spiritual successor to Night Trap.
What is FMV?
Full motion video. So you're going to have actual video clips of people, and you hit buttons and things happen. I don't know exactly. They were almost never good, so that's an option as well. So that's our 9 games to pick from. Whenever we have one of these, we put a vote behind one of the games to give it a better chance of winning in the randomizer. So,
We vote
Jesus.
for none of them.
I know. yeah. Just put week off in there. We're just like,
Reroll.
Jesus. Okay. So, which turd would you like, Hilary? Which sounds the
So
best.
many great options.
I know.
I'm gonna go with Street Fighter the movie,
Okay.
the
The
game.
Okay. Steve?
I'm going to go because it has to be done. It was in the first worst. Hopefully it'll be in the next worst. Virtual Highlight.
I'm mildly curious.
I looked up the pictures. I looked up pictures. I didn't look up gameplay. I just looked up pictures, and it looked
It looked like a game.
like Virtual Highlight.
You know,
It showed a guy from the third person fighting a blob.
yeah. When you look at it in still pictures, it looks pretty okay. And
The
then
good point is because you said the frame rate's so bad, you might be playing it in still pictures.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
basically the same thing. Okay, I'm also going to vote for Street Fighter because I think it's the best chance at not being complete shit. See you soon. But we'll see.
I agree that it's probably not the worst of them, but
There's only one that
fighting games are just
truly dread on here that I hope
not that deep.
Yeah.
You don't want the Hulk because you're going to go on some mad tirade of how it ruins your childhood.
I mean, do you want to go that deep on any of these? I mean, I think the shallower the better in this particular case, personally, but that's just me. Okay, so let's get to the randomizer and see what plague we're stricken with. Oh, fuck. Okay. So this game, stop peeking. This game was released by Digital Pictures in 1996. In this action game, you babysit sweaty adults as they run around an apartment complex like horny raccoons. Corey Haim spends the whole game looking like he regrets every decision that led him there, and you will too. We're going to be playing Double Switch, the FMV game. I can't wait. I can't wait. So there we are. Double Switch. We're going to be covering that. Oh, man.
I don't even know what that means.
It's just don't. You will. You'll find out. It'll make you sad. Okay. So let's find out what kind of games we're going to be choosing from next time. Hopefully something better. Is it 23 and 23?
This is for the Saturn.
Saturn, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
PS2?
10. All right, so the next game is going to be a PS2 game.
Ooh, probably the best system in the retro world.
The PS2 system is freaking amazing. 5.
Superhero.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, so the next games that we have to pick from are going to be PS2 superhero games. I'm much more optimistic about that than Double Switch. Fuck me. Yeah, so PS2 superhero games, we're going to be picking 3 each, and there's some gems in there. There are some gems that are PS2 superhero games, so I'm...
Marvelous Capcom.
Yeah, we got that. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, I am happy about that anyway. So, you guys have anything else?
No.
All right.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Thanksgiving's coming up, so eat lots of whatever turkey.
We hope you have eaten lots.
Yeah, we hope you did eat lots of turkey. We hope you are having a lovely holiday season, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate, whatever. If you want to talk about Double Switch, why? But you can do that in our Discord or in our Facebook group. You can follow us on Instagram or Facebook, and tell us games that you would like us to play that are not Double Switch, and that will be possibly something that comes up in the randomizer.
I think hopefully we'll just do a fan pick day instead of waiting for it to be randomized.
I'm okay with that too.
I think it's getting pretty full. I know that there was some requests that came up in Discord.
Yeah,
that
they're kind of unspecific though. I need to know specific games because you'd like listed series.
Right.
I need to know
which definitely have been suggested. Like we've been pushing them.
Yeah. So we'll see. Luckily, no one has picked anything directly to punish us, which is nice.
What do you mean? David picks that almost every week.
Dragon Force community, please write in and tell these people that they're fools. That I love. I love both of them.
I mean, this is the second Sega Saturn that we've done. The first one, though a popular game, we didn't care for, and now we're on the worst one. So,
yes, they didn't like that extremely highly rated game, but maybe they'll like the crap one.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Has to be better.
Anyone a Corey Haim fan?
Is that a real person?
Yes, he was in things that I don't remember anymore.
Corey Haim.
Was he in? He might have been in the. No, he wasn't in the Goonies. What the hell is he?
You're thinking Corey
Feldman. Yeah, well, I mean, they were around at the same time, though. We're gonna find out where Corey Haim was.
Canadian actor rose to fame in the 1980s as a teen heartthrob.
Oh, he's a teen heartthrob.
Lost Boys.
Oh, Lost Boys is great.
Top Gun, I think as well.
Isn't Top Gun? What was he in Top Gun? I don't remember.
Corey Ian Hames. Is that the person?
I think so.
Died of pneumonia in 2010.
Oh, well, that's depressing.
That's very young.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that's it. So
We will play this game and remember.
we'll remember Corey Haim and feel bad that this is maybe his last hurrah. I don't know. Poor guy. All right. Anyway, I guess that's it. We're going to go torture ourselves. Bye.
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 Well, at least they didn't think it was a stressful game. It actually sounded pretty chill. Ha ha. God, I'm funny.